The ship's captains made sure that they sailed together because the Spanish were fighting with the English and they were afraid that they would get caught up in the war. They were also afraid of the pirates who roamed off the Irish coast. Most of all, they were always afraid that the weather would turn stormy. When they reached Lisbon, the biggest port in Portugal, they quickly went to buy up all of the wine and food they could afford. They had 4 large sailing ships and soon they were bobbing low in the water. They had so much wine on board. When everything was ready, they set sail again from Lisbon and hoped to reach Waterford before too long. But the wind began to blow and big storm rose and they began to become very afraid. The wind howled and the rigging and the sails blowed out so much that the ships were nearly going over. The captains of the ships shouted orders to the sailors, who tried to lower the sails and keep the ships on course for Waterford. But the storm raged so strong that soon they were blown way past the coast of Waterford City. They were sure they would all be lost at sea. The ships were separated and could no longer see each other. The merchants and sailors were very afraid. Some of them prayed, but mostly they hung on to anything they could, just so they would not get washed overboard into the raging ocean. Morning came at last, and the ship called the Santa Maria came into a sheltered bay on the shores of Shirkin Island off the Cork coast. The merchants and sailors cheered when they saw that the sea was calmer here, and they could see the shore. But the captain said, "We are not safe here either, for I think this is where the terrible O'Driscoll pirates live." The storm was still raging outside the calm bay, and they did not know what was best to do. Should they stay, or should they chance going back out into the storm? While they were trying to make up their minds, they saw boats coming in from the shore, and sure enough, it was the O'Driscoll pirates, and they were yo-ho-hoing and laughing when they saw what the storm had blown into their bay. The pirates came on board the ship and found the wine that they were looking for. They were so delighted they told the captain and merchants that they would bring them into safe harbour of Baltimore. Black Gilly O'Driscoll took charge of the merchant's ship, and the pirates were running all over the ship looking for anything that they could take for themselves. The merchants and sailors were terrified and thought they were going to be killed, but the pirates invited them to a party in their castle in Baltimore. Even though they were very frightened, and the merchants and the captain went with the pirates into the castle called Dunshan in Baltimore. They were given a big dinner and plenty of wine, but when the dinner was over, they were made prisoners and thrown into the dungeon. The rest of the sailors from their ship were thrown into the dungeon as well, and they could hear the pirates celebrating and singing as they drank the wine from the merchant's ship. The other merchants came back home to Waterford and they got hear of this. And they quickly got their boats and men together and they sailed down the coast with the March wind behind them, and before the O'Driscoll pirates knew what was happening, the men from Waterford rescued the merchants and the sailors and took back their ship. They sailed back to Waterford and then discovered that nearly all the wine had been taken by the pirates. So they got more men and 2 big ships and went back for the wine. They had a terrible battle with the pirates and took their boats and burned more of them. And after that, the O'Driscoll pirates never went raiding again. The merchants of Waterford were able to come and go in their sailing ships anywhere they wanted after that.
just a couple of our choice songs. So if our choirs from WIT Music School would like to sing first. To play their recorders. technology, and to all the boys and girls, mums and dads, grannies and granddads listening live on the World Wide Web. We are now finished our production this morning of By Hook or By Crook. We hope you enjoyed it. I just have to ask the boys and girls and the Bealtaine Choir just to give themselves a huge big round of applause. Absolutely fantastic. We are here giving a world premiere here in WIT in Waterford. So we hope you all enjoyed it, performing and watching and taking part. I do have a few thank yous to say before we finish up. So first of all, I would like to thank the author of our text of the story, Anne Farrell. I would like to thank the composers of all the music that you sung this morning. They are all here present, and I know a lot of them have been listening to their songs for the first time this morning. I hope all the children and all the choirs did those songs justice, and you're very, very proud of them. So to our composers, Marion Inglesby, Jonathan Bulfin, Pat O'Connor, Ben Hanlon and Julie Quinlan. Thank you very much. To our chief pirate, Jamie Nagle from Theatre Box Productions. For our artwork, we thank Roger Crothra of WIT Art and Design, our set design by Pat Cunningham and the WIT art students, and in our crow's nest we have Keane O'Carroll and his team recording, so thank you very much. And of course, our last thank you goes to all the teachers, the conductors, accompanists, and last but not least, all of you here this morning. So we hope you enjoyed By Hook or By Crook. Thank you very much.